Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to Social Authority. I am joined by Mallow, the video legend, the creative mind behind some of the most influential social media video edits that you see on the internet. Coming to you live from Venezuela. How does it feel today? How does it feel?
It feels quiet.
It feels quiet in Venezuela today. Give people a second to come on the live stream, since everybody in America is a geopolitical expert now when they don't even know anyone. You're the first person they've ever met from Venezuela. Mallow is in the house. If you're on the live stream, welcome. I kind of like this song. I had never heard it until you just sent it. Mallow joined in the stream live from Venezuela. And let's get into it. So you said it's pretty quiet there. Explain that to the people out there that don't know what's been happening in Venezuela for the last 25 years and that are just seeing it now, and they're trying to wrap their heads around what's even going on. And I think there's this perception that everybody's out there in the streets with signs jumping up and down, and you're like, it's pretty quiet here. Break that down for people.
Well, there's certainly people out in the streets with signs and chanting and celebrating, but they're not inside of Venezuela. There are the Venezuelans that are outside in the U.S. or in other countries like South America, Europe. For sure, they are celebrating it because there's a lot to celebrate. But the people that is here, I mean, they only took like one guy of the regime, but this is here still pretty scary. People still pretty conservative about it, and people is just trying to whatever we have been doing for the last 25 years. Like, people just trying to survive here. Like, you don't want to go out and celebrate and then something happened to you because talking too loud.
Right, and I think that Americans are just starting to jump onto this concept of how difficult it is. And you've known me for quite a few years now. You're the first virtual assistant that I ever hired. And now you completely run our virtual team. You oversee virtual operations for everything. When I'm on stage in front of 1,500 people bouncing around, I know that our clients' videos are being posted because you're handling it. And so, right. Number one, dude, I appreciate you, dude. I love you, bro. You're my best friend. And we've had that conversation before, but like, dude, America. Nobody believed that my talent was worth anything until we started to post social media videos for people like RJ, and you were there for that whole entire RJ pop off. That brought us a ton of real estate people that signed up for the company. And Kyle Mallion has been a client for many years. He has been a game changer for us in both of our lives. And Carlotta Thompson has been with us for many years. And these are life-changing people that have stood by us and have stuck with us. And I don't know that they understand the behind the scenes of what we deal with every day, like power issues in Venezuela. Like, dude, people in America, we've got electricity. You just plug your phone right into the wall and you can do whatever you want. You go get gas whenever you want it. You go and you get food delivered to your house whenever you want it. You can get Instacart, Walmart delivery, go right up to CVS and get your medicine. It does not work like that in Venezuela. There's times where I'll call you and the phone is dead. And I'm like, oh, he must not have power. And I chuckle about it, but I don't think people in the United States understand how difficult it's been for you guys to even feed your kids.
Yeah, well, we make everything we can to achieve our goals. Venezuelan people is like very very hardworking people. Not even if they work for someone that it's outside like you or have like a job in the U.S. or Europe. Even the people that are here that live here and work here, they always are like juggling and making all sort of stuff to get their bread. That's what I call it here, to get the bread. And we just came from, first of all, like I gotta say, like the one of the things that I appreciate the most, we the Venezuelans are very Christmas people. We love Christmas. Christmas for us is something like is one of the biggest celebrations that we have here, and like having this not happening in Christmas is like something that was pretty good. Uh, we just recently had one of the biggest Christmas in the country that we never seen for years. There was a lot of people in the streets buying their goods, buying their Christmas presents, buying the stuff. There was like a, you can see that people is getting out of this economic bubble that we have here by working. It's not by free money or government money or whatever. There's a lot of like people making it happen here, and it was really good having this happen here in this Christmas because you can see all the people in the country like having a good time.
Mm.
And by this not happening at that time, that was kind of like a miracle. It was pretty good.
So for people that might be logging on and they maybe don't even know where Venezuela was on a map until 2 days ago when they pulled up a map of South America. You born there, raised there, still there,
Born and
and
raised, never left.
that's right. And you guys have been, dude, just like freaking clutch for me. I would it wouldn't work without you guys. You guys are the squad that nobody sees. And I think that again, Americans, I've never called you guys VAs or virtual assistants. You guys are my team. And
Right.
I'd love for people out there to change that way that you talk about the people that are a part of your companies. These are not VAs or virtual assistants; they're team members. Period. Plain and simple. You don't have a team, you can't win the Super Bowl. And that's how we run around here. You know, we're all part of a team. We're trying to win. Our clients expect a lot from us. They expect videos to be posted every single day, whether it's Christmas, whether it's Easter, whether it's New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, whether it's, Black Friday, last Friday, next Friday. They expect to be posted. They expect consistency and they expect flawless execution. And because of you guys, for years and years and years and years, we don't miss. And that's what it really takes to be successful. And I don't know that any of those other agencies that provide outsourced talent or video editors could even match, if there was a comparison on a piece of paper, even close to our output. And it's what has continually kept us thriving. Explain to people, when you were growing up in Venezuela as a young kid compared to now, how much stuff changed once Chavez won the election in 1999.
Mm, it didn't change that much. I mean, there was a group of people that knew that the country was going to shit at that time, and they left. I call them myself personally. I call them like the visionaries, like the oracles, like the people that left right when Chavez won. Those people, like, they see the future, you know. But it was until like 2010 that it was going like rock bottom. Uh, I think Chavez died in 2013 or something like that. Up until then, it was acceptable. You could, I mean, I had a good job here. My wife had a good job. It was like a good money. After that, like 2, 3 years, after that, it went to nothing. It's amazing how you can work for $10 to $20, and it just kept getting worse. Like salaries went to $100 to $50 to $10 to $5 to $2. Like it's almost like now you gotta pay to work or something like that, like negative. But people always find a way. I found a way myself before working with you, that I was doing online stuff, and this environment of crypto also helped a lot of people here. Like people got involved into crypto, so that was another economic scheme that they were handling, and they were making profit off it. So having that kind of money here saved a lot of people, and people could like make a living out of it.
So for people that don't know what he means by the crypto thing, so when I pay you guys, I pay you in US dollars, and then you turn the US dollars into cryptocurrency, correct?
Oh yeah, well when you pay us, we convert that into cryptocurrency, and then that's how we get split the money here in the team, and they get paid, I get paid, and that's how we convert it into local money here.
Because any other way, I don't even know that it would work. And recently they've come out with cryptocurrency where you can like document it and pay people in crypto. And I mean, I've been too scared to do that. So I still pay in US dollars. We might be able to do that a little easier in the future, but it's very difficult to pay workers from your country. And so that has been something that I've had to find workarounds for, and to find people that can utilize an account to even get you guys the dollars, which I've always found very sad. I think that the online communities, we work together, and the best talent, they get the jobs. You guys have the best talent when it comes to video editing. You guys are the most consistent. You guys are the most dedicated, so you guys get the work. And for people to make it difficult for a business owner to pay a wage to someone just because they're in a specific country, from a specific background, from a different socioeconomic, whatever the fancy guru word is for this whole thing, to pay people just because they're in a specific place in South America, I don't think that that's fair. And so...
Well, I don't think also that it's very hard to pay other people in other countries. I think we are like the most restrictive place to get paid.
Right.
Well, it's not a secret. Like the U.S. had us like sanctioned, and they didn't want anything to do with Venezuela. We didn't even have like Starlink service. Remember when I purchased a Starlink? You cannot get Starlink service here as a Venezuelan. You have to purchase like a roaming plan and then use it from there.
Yeah, when you first started with me, I remember that I was paying for your internet. Like it was just kind of like part of what I paid you, was to make sure that your internet was covered.
At that time,
they didn't even have fiber optic or whatever, right?
We didn't have fiber optics, and you were paying like a satellite plan that I had for the internet. It was like the most expensive internet in the world. It was more expensive than the internet in the US.
It was like, what was it? Like a couple $100 a month, and mine was like 90. Yeah. So his internet was like $200 a month for shit service. Let's just call it what it was.
Yeah, it was very bad.
And then I had like fiber optic, super Dallas, Texas connected internet. It was like $90 a month, and it was about 900 times faster, and it was half the price as what I had to pay for him to have internet in Venezuela so that the team could work.
Yeah. The good thing is that we kind of got caught up in technology, and now I have like 2 fiber optics Starlink. Now I have more internet than what I need.
Mm-hmm. That's how it should be. And when it came to communicating with our clients, I mailed iPhones from the United States to Venezuela so that he could log in to our client conversations on iMessage and communicate with our customers directly. Because with the phone that he had, he was unable to do that unless we used WhatsApp or I don't
Yeah.
know, one of these janky apps. And our customers, if you have an iPhone, you see a blue message and it lights you up. It's like iPhone. Most, I would say 90, outside of RJ Bates the third, pretty much everyone we work with has a iPhone. And that was a really important piece of trusting, right? Social authority, trusting that you could do business with me and with my team, especially being a virtual team, was that, okay, well, we can communicate with you over iMessage. And so I literally packed up phones, ordered them from Amazon, and mailed them to him in Venezuela so he would have multiple phones to be able to access client accounts directly, so that he would be able to access iMessages with our clients. And to this day, I mean, we have a message we need to send to Mr. Zach Hoffman here when we're done with his video for tomorrow to make sure that it's approved, to make sure that it's delivered tomorrow morning, because we always stay a day ahead. We make sure that we're prepared no matter what.
It's on the
Those
making.
things didn't stop us, is the point. And so now we've got Maduro has been captured by the United States, and many people are happy about that. And like you said, it's very quiet there in Venezuela. Explain a little bit more for the people that are tuning in that are new here on the stream. We've been live for about 17 minutes or so. Why it is a little quiet there.
Well, besides from the bombing, because that was something that never happened here, is something new. It was.
Dude, you called me at
scary.
1:00 in the morning saying there's bombs going off, and I could hear the fear in your voice, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure. I had something exploding here, like 3 kilometers. Wait, what the fuck is a kilometer? Right, 2 miles away from me.
Right.
Yeah, so something exploded here like 2 miles, and even my windows were going to shatter. I was afraid that my dog was going to pass because it was so loud. But yeah, it was pretty scary. And then you could hear like swarming helicopters and planes for like 2 hours, not knowing what happened. I didn't know if I went to run to the basement. I mean, it was pretty scary. So I think people still in shock. People still scared, not for the U.S. or for anything. It's more like whatever can happen here. It's like you cannot risk yourself to being out because, I mean, we have no president. So we can say, like, right now, there's no law. It's like, there's no law. Something can happen outside and nobody will care. So,
and let's be real, like it was already dangerous there.
it was dangerous at some point. It got recovered pretty quick. I will say like the crime here dropped down a lot for the past like 5 years. There's what like the country felt pretty safe. But right now, I mean, nobody's safe yet.
So I want people to understand what he just said. We got the squad logging in. Look, we got the squad commenting. Can you see the comment on the screen? We got the team coming on and commenting. Chad Maroney, was the power shut off? I don't think it was, because I was on the phone with you all night long. I couldn't even sleep that night, Chad. I literally was up all night long on Friday, freaked out. This guy's literally, we talk 18 hours a day working on client accounts. This dude's my best friend. I was scared shitless sitting in my backyard. When you called me, bro, my freaking heart sank. He says he heard the grid was shut down for a few hours.
There was a lot of places with no power, like the main places that they bombed near the military bases and all of that. They had, I think there are some places still with no power and no communication. So
I guess we got lucky.
Well, my wife's sister, she lives like 200 meters from the Tuna Fort, the Fuerte Tuna. That's a military base here in Caracas. She's like 200 meters away from it, and she had no power until last night,
Damn.
and the communication was pretty bad there. So yeah, I think the attack, the U.S. attack was to the main power grids on those areas. They attack communication antennas. It was like just like a bombing to let them get in. That's what I think it was.
Right. You sent me some pictures. We will not share those pictures on the stream because they're so graphic. Of what were those images? Was that the Presidential Defense Force?
No, it was like the bases, bomb lands, impacts, strikes. But
those the
like
pictures that I'm describing are extremely graphic. I mean, dude, those guys got fucking racked. Let's just be honest. And God bless them all. And we're praying for you guys to just straight up make this happen. You said it feels like no one is in charge. Has anyone stepped up to deliver some message of moving forward? From the audience here, from Chad.
Yeah, the lady that's the vice president. She's gonna get in charge, and in the statement that Trump said yesterday, he said that he has communication with her, and she was like working. I don't remember the word, but she was like willing to work with Trump,
which is probably smart. What about, I love how real this is, because I think that people need this perspective. I think that Americans see so much stuff from the outside, and so then they think that they know. And especially for me, like, you see something from the outside and it's easy to judge it because you don't really know anybody, you can't have a conversation with somebody or any of those things. And then, so you make assumptions or whatever, but the assumption on one side, okay, of United States politics is Trump is evil, Trump is bad, Trump is a terror man. And then there's the other side of it that says, okay, well, you know, in politics, you have to do X, Y, and Z to win. And for you guys, again, this is just, I'm trying to do this down the middle, and anybody that knows me knows I am not some kind of political expert. I don't claim to be one. But, you know, you got China, Russia, Cuba, and Iran that were essentially running the oil in that country, along with your leaders. And so we are going to come in now, and we are going to...
Kind of like free oil.
Run that. I mean, were you guys big fans of that trade system?
We never been fan of anything.
Well, of course. So no, the answer is no. And again, I might be pressing him a little bit and trying to go as easy as possible because, as he said, right now there is no leadership in Venezuela. And there are narco-terrorists, terror cells, and dangerous things happening all over that country like there already was for the last 25 years. And so you can't just freaking bounce around and make it known that you're X, Y, and Z or something bad could happen. They do not have the freedoms that we have in the United States of America. They don't. They says, commenters from on our team, they were stealing it for 20 years, the oil, and everything, all the resources. And the United States, if you've seen in the Minnesota stuff, obviously you and I have discussed this because we talk every freaking day, all day. We're seeing our tax dollars, our government, being manipulated, and potentially the accusation is that it was stolen. And that is a really sad thing to feel like when you're working your butt off and you're paying your tax, you're doing the compliance. I mean, you know, all this compliance stuff I have to deal with. It's not cheap, but we play very straight.
You guys are just learning about it.
Right. And it's difficult.
Learning about it.
Here we go. What was the country like prior to the dictator? Forgive me for not knowing. So I mentioned earlier that Chavez is the guy that was in before Maduro. And as Luis said, as he said, you know, when that guy was elected 99 to 2013, it was still kind of okay. But once Maduro came in, it really went to shit. Explain to them what it was like before Chavez. Did it change a lot during Chavez before Maduro?
I have like no perception about the before Chavez because at that time I was like only 10 years old. I was just a kid. So I cannot tell you like, hey, I did this or did that. I certainly have a good life. Mom and dad provided me with everything I needed. I live in a good neighborhood, a very good neighborhood in Caracas. And I don't know. Me personally, I haven't been able to like get a house. I mean, economically here, there's like no, like in the U.S., the mortgages or like a loan for a car, those kind of things doesn't exist. Credit doesn't exist here. So the money thing here is it's critical. It's very bad. But for me to having an opinion of how life was before and after, I mean, I don't know because I have worked a lot and I always try to provide. So I only can talk by myself.
You can definitively say throughout the course of the Chavez reign into the Maduro reign, it got exponentially worse.
It has been exponentially worse since Chavez got elected. Like every year since 1999, like 2 years later, it got worse, and then it got worse, and then it got worse. And you have the Venezuelan people say, it cannot get worse. And guess what? It got worse. And I mean, I think this is now the point where you can say that. Like right now, whatever happened, like it cannot get worse.
Kendrick asked, where did all the oil money go? It didn't go to the people for years.
Never.
It never went to them ever.
We had something called once we had access to US dollars or whatever to exchange for the local currency, but that was supposed to be like oil money or whatever, but it only lasted for like a couple of years and then it got shut down. But other than that, I mean, you have to pay your own money to change for US currency, but nothing like you getting a bonus like or whatever you hear in this eastern western, I don't know where is it, like the Arabic countries that had a lot of oil that they get like a bonus for just being from that country. No, that doesn't happen. Not at all.
Yeah, you guys didn't get shit. Julie, I've known Julie many, many years. Julie, what's up? Pat, your post last night was how I found out about it. You broke the news to me. Could not even find it on other outlets yet. So thanks, and thanks for doing the video today to get perspective. Yeah. He called me and usually never calls me that late. I think it was about midnight our time. It was Friday night. I had just had date night with my wife, and date night was pretty much over. So I was naturally having a midnight snack like any man after date night would. And my phone starts ringing and it's him. And I'm like, wow, this is weird. It's like 2 a.m. there. And you like slide the bar over to answer on an iPhone. And I answered it and I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? Bro, I've never heard you like that before. You were like, hey, man, I think U.S. is bombing us. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. And in the back of my head, the first thing was, all right, well, the people that don't like Trump really don't like him. The last thing this dude needs is to come in and create a ruckus and cause some type of collateral damage. That's not what he wants. So the first thought in my mind was, all right, they're going to come in and out as quick as they possibly can, as stealth as they possibly can, and get out quickly. without hurting anyone. And as far as the reports, the official reports, I don't know exactly what it was, but it is estimated that I don't know that anyone was necessarily hurt or that there were collateral casualties. It was extremely scary. Here's another member of our group, of our team member here. This guy, what was Cryos? This guy cuts all of our podcast clips. I live too far from the areas of impact, but we could hear the collective panic screams, sirens, and people going nuts. The city is completely silent. Businesses remain closed. Here are zones where we can't get water. The supply was cut. Markets are closed. Everything has stopped. We hope it all comes back to normal tomorrow. Yet he still lives. He's in another area of the country than Mallow is. But I communicate with the whole team over Discord. We do all of our video editing through a Discord chat. Everybody's in the chat every single day. We do checkoffs on the spreadsheet. When it's posted, it's posted. But it's been like this for a while where, I mean, you guys just don't have the type of resources. What would you say the majority of people in Venezuela feelings are about what has happened?
Well, tough question. It's a good question, but
we're pressing you today, bro. We're pressing you like typical American reporters.
The feelings are there, for sure. Like, you have the feelings are there, and there's like not to mess with, because I mean, here I had to go out, get food, get supplies for my family, and you can see like supermarkets are barely open. Like, they are just letting people get in like 5 by 5 at a time to prevent how do you call it, like everyone running in the store and taking all the shit and getting away with it. I don't remember the word. And you don't see, there's like 300 people there, and there's another supermarket in a couple of blocks away, and there's like 200 more people there. There was like no people celebrating. There's like no people like wearing flags or wearing hats with the flags, like, or freedom or whatever. Like, people was like locked in, getting their stuff and going back to home, because you don't want to be here like, yeah, it's over or whatever. Yeah, of course they feel like that. There's a lot of people feeling like that, but you cannot like express it or say it. But there's also like people very hurt, because they had a lot of followers. They had a lot of people that were in their side. So it's a divided country for sure. I don't know what could be like the outcome of this in a civil manner. Like, what would be like a people that support the government with a other person that is not with the government. How will be like their conversation right now?
Right. But so
people,
you mean you don't want someone that's not a Venezuelan running Venezuela, or you don't think that the people of the country want that? I know I'm pressing you.
No, I mean, for me, I mean, I think nobody wants a foreigner to
run their country at all. We don't want that in America either.
Yeah, but I mean, what can be worse than what we had? So it's gonna be for a short time. I mean, they're trying to get a solution for us, but I don't know. I've been like out of politics for a lot of time. I don't care about them. I don't care about.
Well, you know me. I don't even talk about politics on the show, because in my opinion, it's just an argument.
I told you that. I told you before that I hated opposition and I hated the government. I hated everyone. So I don't have like a side right now.
Right. So explain
I could be like
to
the
people.
Most careless person in that matter.
No, I get it. No one likes to talk about politics. Unfortunately, with the times that we're living in and with social media being so quick. Like Julie said, she didn't even know anything was going on till I posted it on Facebook. She had no idea.
Right.
She got the news from me because you called me and you were like, yo, there's bombs going off here. And I'm like, what? And I was on X. There was nothing on X. No updates, no nothing. It took about 15 to 17 minutes after you called me for stuff to start to propagate on that platform. That was the first place I went because I think that when it comes to real-time updates, X is the place to go for geopolitical updates. And so explain to people how the election process has been working there. Like, what are the political sides' names? I don't even think people know. In the United States, it's Republicans, Democrats, and then usually there's a third party candidate that's either independent or libertarian or the Green Party or whatever. Explain what that looks like in Venezuela.
No, you got the government that is the officialists.
Which is Chavez and Maduro.
Yeah, that's the government. And the other party is the opposition. The opposition, that's what they call the opposition. This Maria Corina girl that just got the
Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. And
she is the rightful winner of the election, and then that election was subverted by Maduro, correct?
That's what they say.
So Dano asked, so the majority is happy about what happened, but afraid to voice their opinion. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. There is no...
in Venezuela, like the people here.
The people in that country. This is not like the United States where you can like go in the streets and wave whatever flag you want or do this or say that or that's not how it works down there. Period. And so when someone like we'll just call him a dictator because that's what he was. You don't just steal an election from the chick that won the Nobel Peace Prize. I can say it. You don't just
but the worst thing about it
lose an election and then steal
it
it back from the person that you lost to. But like, what are people down there supposed to do? Fight back and get blown apart? That's what these people are dealing with, guys. And I know because these guys are my friends. These guys are my best friends. I deal with them every day. It's very sad. Anyway, go ahead.
That not even Trump got her approval. The time when he talked yesterday, he said that he's not sure that she's gonna be like the in charge of the country, and she doesn't have the support.
Which is interesting because she literally came out and said, she's willing to move the embassy to Jerusalem. She's ready to become a part of the ally system that the United States has, and I thought that was extremely brave and courageous for her to say, we want to be a part of the power structure. And I don't know how that's going to work, if that's going to work. And so, again, that no one really knows what's going to happen. Happy in one department and very concerned on how this is going to develop in the other department. This is another question.
You have people here. You have people here that think that it's over, and you have people that are people outside that are not Venezuelans, like Americans, are thinking like, yeah, we got Maduro and that's it. No, we got a lot more people here with power, and it's not gonna be like, hey, we got Maduro, you surrender yourself. That's not gonna happen. And Trump said it, like there might be another attack happening. If they don't cooperate, we're probably going to get like a second wave.
Yeah, and that's concerning, not just because obviously you guys are my friends and your safety is a part of that, but also because of your ability to deliver. So now this could potentially get in the way of our ability to execute for clients. I don't think it will. You've got some backup power systems that I've helped, to
solar,
secure.
I got batteries, I got Starlink, I got everything.
We don't fuck around at Acoustic Force Media and Social Authority when it comes to having power sources in Venezuela. Okay, people? We got the solar. We got the backup generators. You're going to get your freaking videos. Okay. But isn't that I can joke about that and laugh about that. Isn't that a little sad if you're watching this and you follow me? You probably didn't even know this about me. But dude, these guys, without them, there's no daily videos for Pat or his clients. I have to make sure that I secure the bag and that I protect my boys, that they've got the iPhones, the generators, the computers, the internet, the stuff that they need, the software, everything. I make sure that I cover all of that so that they can focus on being the best video editors and the best social media team in the industry, period. And to have it made so hard on us in certain ways, it's just crazy. Doc Ferris, just logging on. How does he feel about Trump running the country for a while? What do you think of that?
My personal opinion, I don't think there's running no country with the person that's going to run the country not being here. That's my honest opinion. So I think Trump can say whatever he wants, but something totally different is going to happen here.
Right. And we were talking about that earlier, Doc, and that's that right now there is no leadership. And there are still drug cartels, narco terrorists, the existing regime's support and their voters are still there. And so it's very quiet at night, despite what you may think. People are keeping it toned down. They don't want to draw attention to themselves. They don't know what the future holds. And like you said, Trump can say, hey, we're going to do this, or hey, we're going to do that. But the fact of the matter is he's in Washington, D.C., and you guys are X amount of hours away on an airplane flight. And so he's got to somehow secure some kind of leadership that he can start to formally introduce X, Y, and Z policy if he wants to be able to run anything. Am I accurate with this?
You have to get rid of a lot of weed here to start doing that, because if he's not running anything or running anything, it's going to be a lot of sabotage too. So you have to take that in mind. It's not going to be an easy task.
This is a good question, and I actually talked to Zen about this earlier. Do you believe people there want a new election or some sort of revolution?
I have no idea, because I think people just want the change, whatever it is. So
I mean, realistically, guys, these guys just want to work, pay the bills, and be left the fuck alone like most Americans. And they don't even want this drama. But I was saying a new election could be good if it's actually an honest election. The problem with the elections down there is they're rigged.
Yeah. That's...
But you guys don't want to fight. You don't want some kind of revolution. You would rather have an election, correct?
Maybe. If that's the most peaceful way to get out of it, of course, that's what we're going to choose.
Yeah, there's just so much that we don't know because it's all developing in real time. And so, like I said, there's people on our team, even on here commenting that couldn't even. I would say we're expectant. A mix of worry and hope, what might happen going onward, but at the same time, we can't celebrate it or express it out loud, or we can get killed. And that is another member of our team. So we're keeping it super real here on this stream. I don't know that many people in the United States have friends or team members like I do in Venezuela. I have faced their system, their power grid failing on us. trying to transfer files when somebody doesn't even have electricity and we've got to be posting for a client. How do we get the file? You know what I mean? And so we've created a system where we can usually have backups, files ahead of time so that if something does happen and someone's power goes out, look, guys, electricity sometimes doesn't even work in the country and we have to post people's videos. So then we got to go into the folder, pull something out. Sometimes it's halfway edited. The worst is when somebody's got a video and it's almost done and then the power goes out. And then we have to pull the file, re-edit it, re-clip it, read it, and then post it. We've been dealing with this for years. So every single person down there, this is my opinion, they want to be able to work, get paid, and be left alone, like most Americans. But when you've got a government that is as dysfunctional as that, it's just crazy. It's not that we don't want to fight. We can't because we don't have possibilities to. The power, armory, and everything is in the hands of the government, the armored units against the unarmed civilians. Yeah, that would not go very well if you guys were to go toe-to-toe with the government, just like it wouldn't go very well in the United States. I know there's a lot of tough guys here in Texas that would be like, oh, we'll take them on. Bro, what do you mean? For any of us out here, us citizens, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Clients rely heavily on the executions. That's why I only use Starlink. He's on Starlink right now, right? Are you on the Starlink server?
No.
You're on the other one?
No.
Yeah. Well, he has it as backup. Am I not supposed to say that? Like, you guys got to understand, like, I'm trying to skirt around stuff because I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Well, Starlink's free for Venezuela right now. So if you got a Starlink, go plug yourself.
Go plug it. I had somebody message me, how do I set up my own Venezuelan editing team? I'm like, hire us. What do you mean? Just hire us. All right, let's see here. Doc's back. I would imagine you'd want the U.S. to step in and help and protect.
I guess, sure. I mean, it's not like something. The thing is, like I told Pat before, we have been heard from the government for whatever they've done so bad that got us to this point, but there is like a 50% of the guilt is from the opposition too. So they have made a lot of damage to our country too. So it's like this battle of you gotta let them solve their stuff. I don't want, nobody wants no country go and like saves you. So if you're not able to fix your own country, what are you there for? Why are you the president, or why are you the opposition if you cannot fix whatever the other party is doing?
Yeah.
So that's why I always tell you, like, I hate both parties.
Right. Yeah. Well, welcome to the American mindset for many of us as well. Dylan says, I live in the Dominican Republic. Power goes out all the time, dude. We deal with it every single day. Somebody on our team of editors their power is in and out. Sometimes it's down 20 minutes. They're back in 20 minutes. Sometimes it's 20 hours. Usually it's not more than like 15 to 20 hours, right? I've never had you lose power for multiple days.
Once there was like 2 days, but that was like countrywide failure or something. Jeez. But usually it's like max time is like 6 hours.
Right. Kendrick's had some great questions. By the way, thank you for being here. Is there any personal concern or request you want America to do for you guys, like keeping your culture intact, etc.?
No, well, it's not like U.S. guys gonna come here and install a lot of eagles and and U.S. flags here. No, I mean, Venezuelans are very cultural people. We have like a way of being, and I think that's not never going to change. Not by governments, not by a past government or the next government or Venezuelans or the U.S. So we have like very wide variety culturally because we are very mixed. We don't have like white or black, or we're just Venezuelans, and the culture is here for everyone. So we don't believe in the other thing that is like a trending in the US about cultural appropriation and all that. We don't care anything about it. We just don't care. Like a Venezuelan will never say that anyone is racist because it doesn't exist here. It's just not something that is here. But cultural wise, I don't think we're gonna lose any if we have like instated U.S. government here. Right? We're just gonna be keep being the vivas.
The Vivas. Yeah, dude. You guys are a very proud culture. And I think most South American cultures are that way. I mean, you got, the Brazilians, the jiu-jitsu kings, they're very proud of that. They're great soccer players. I mean, you don't really necessarily want to have to play Brazil in the World Cup. Everybody knows that. They're good. They're good at jiu-jitsu. Like there's things that people are known for in South America. The Mexicans, very proud culture. You see a lot of people, they move to America.
I mean, we got the power of the MLB.
You guys are good at baseball.
To the MLB. Yeah.
You guys are dope at baseball. Dylan said Dominican Republic. I think Albert Pujols is from the Dominican Republic. He was a St. Louis Cardinal where I'm from, and dude, he was super dope. Yeah, look at this. We're too busy to worry about those things. I think that's interesting. Which is why I don't even talk about politics or any of that on the show. We talk about marketing, getting on camera, using your voice to get leads, and making money in your company, because I generally don't have time or care to talk about, Iran or China or Ukraine or Russia or Israel or US or this or this deal or that handshake. We don't have time. We're busy. We're delivering for some of the highest level elite entrepreneurs that are on this platform. And those people expect their videos to be posted. That's our number one focus. That's all we focus on. That's all we talk about. It's all we do. And we're always trying to get better. So yeah, I mean, we don't have time for, your opinion about white folks or black folks or whatever. We don't care. We don't talk about it. Go out and do your job and be the greatest at it. Got a Michael Jordan poster on my wall. He's the best. Better than LeBron. All right. I'm too busy stacking the bet. Right, dude. I've never met a successful person that talks about any of that shit because it doesn't matter. You looking for the best people to work with? I don't care what you look like. I honestly, I don't even care what you smell like. As long as you can bring some value. Some of you guys wear expensive cologne. It smells like shit at the conference center. I just don't say anything. I use the Dollar Tree. I'm too busy stacking like Kendrick. So anybody else have any final questions? I know that there's a lot of people wondering how it works. How this is going to go. I have no idea. This is all still developing. But as you can see, people in that country just want to work. They just want to pay the bills. Roll on the floor. They just want to work, pay the bills. They just want freedom, just like Americans do. They want to be left alone. And they want to be with their families. And they want to enjoy their life. Life is very, very short. Every second is precious. And I think it's very important for people to remember that at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all on the same team. And the more that we work together and have these conversations and break barriers, the more successful we're all going to be together. Anybody else have any questions? Type them, because, we we do run a business here, and we have to go post for our clients here this afternoon. We don't want it to get too late, but I think that this is an important conversation. I think it's important for people in America to see how difficult it's been for the folks down there in Venezuela and South America. Like I said, I have mailed iPhones to them. I've bought power generators. I've paid for internet service. I do everything I can as a friend, and as a team member to make sure that these guys can succeed, that they can deliver daily videos to our customers and to our clients. They've earned their way every single day. I've sent Christmas bonuses for years to these guys. They deserve it, because I would rather reward my team than reward a tax system that everyone's already talking about that they're upset about. I would rather reward my team. We're all on the same team here. So thank you for the insight from a look. Yeah, dude, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Kendrick, you had some awesome questions. And so, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot developing on this. And like my friend here said, Mallow the legend, it's pretty quiet there in Venezuela. There's a lot that needs to develop. We hope from here in America, because we know how hard we work, we hope that our government is able to make the correct decisions and is able to give you guys the tools, the personnel needed to succeed, because you deserve it. Everybody obviously deserves a fair shot in this world. And as hard as it's been to get around certain things and loopholes and power failures and all these things, we are the best social media team on the planet. And that is impossible without my team in Venezuela. Period. End of story. And we're going to cue it out with this famous song.
Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, quien la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida, quien la libertó mi hermano fue Simón Bolívar. Viva Venezuela, mi patria querida.
It's the Social Authority Show. Pat Hilton live, joined by Mallow the legend. Thank you, my friend. I love you, my homie. You're my brother. And let's keep winning, dude. We will not be stopped. Later, y'all.
Gracias a la providencia, demos los venezolanos, que nos dio ese ser humano para nuestra independencia.